Well, we compare with, it depends on the adjective, right? We have to understand we have different adjectives, like adjectives are used to compare things, right? For example, we can talk about comparing two places, but we can say it's nice. La Paz is nicer than Potosí, for example. I don't know. It's just an opinion, right? But we can use those kind of comparatives, and but it depends on how many vowel sound does adjective have. If the adjective have a lot of vowel sounds, we're gonna use okay, this one is the superlative but comparatives. Go over here. Oops. Okay, over here. Yes, let me share please my screen right now, and let's start. Oops. Okay. Well, when we talk about comparatives, basically we're going to talk about adjectives, right? We will modify the adjectives to compare things. Let's look at this. For example, we have the comparatives here. There we go. For example, there are some irregular comparatives also. This is good, right? We cannot say gooder because it's not correct. Basically, we use a comparative that is different, right? Those are called irregular comparatives, like good, better, but is worse, and big is bigger. So there are some other comparatives, right? But the most common ones are these ones. But in the most of the cases, we use only er to make comparisons, like taller, like the is tall is alto, taller with er, dark, right? Darker, oscuro, más oscuro, something like that. Okay, heavy, heavier. But this is special. What is special about this? For example, when we talk about comparatives, you have to take into account that when you put your hand under your chin, you have to pronounce the word. For example, heavy, two, right? It moves twice, two times. Heavy. But about that is important. This heavy, this letter Y, it is ending in Y. So that's why it's we're gonna consider that is only one, but okay, it's like just one. That's why we say heavier and stronger. Because strong is just one. Strong, right? Strong. It moves one time. That's the way how we can, for example, good, one, right? Bad, big, just one. Dark, tall, heavy. But this is special. When we have more than one syllable, in this case, when we have two syllables, we have to use not, it's not possible to use er. We should use more, okay, before this. We have to use more, but when that ends in like happy, when this is special, that's why, and we don't need to use more. It just we only use heavy, heavier, happy, happier, something like that. Okay, and one syllable adjective, we add er. We it, for example, er, right, in one syllable adjective. And more than one syllable, we add more over here. Just as you can see here, only er. And over here we have more, but this is we use more because it's more than one syllable. For example, we pronounce beautiful, beautiful 3 times, right? In that 3 times, of course, it's more than two. Basically, we're going to use in that way, okay? So we should use that. We should take into account that example. So, and also more fantastic, fantastic 3 times, right? Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic 3 times. Difficult, difficult. So difficult, difficult 3 times. So that's why we're going to use more difficult. But if we want to mention two things, we want to compare 2 items or 2 person to whatever, 2 people, sorry, we're going to use done, right? For example, we have a noun here, plus be plus comparative adjectives, done plus noun, like taller, for example, taller, sorry. Cesar is the noun, right? Cesar is verb be. The comparative is taller. Than, we have here the adjective taller, right? Comparative adjective is taller. So than Julio, right, or Julio. Cesar is taller than Julio because tall is just one syllable. Tall, right? One. And big is also one. So Santa Cruz is bigger than Oruro. So Santa Cruz is bigger than Aurora. We have big, big, right? Just one. So that in this case, when we have two consonants that is trapped in the middle of over here in this, sorry, this is trapped in the middle of two consonants, or this vowel is in the middle of consonant. That's why in that way we have to double the last consonant, like bigger, 2 G's, right? Santa Cruz is bigger than Oruro. Santa Cruz is more beautiful than Trinidad, for example. And also here, the same. We're going to use the noun plus be the comparative adjective than plus noun taller, taller than. Okay, Santa Cruz is more beautiful than Trinidad. Okay, just on opinion, but beautiful is more than one syllable, and that's why we use more. But in comparative adjectives also, we use the comparative adjective to compare two people, places, or things. For example, small, smaller, right? Comparative. And but how do we build the comparative adjectives? It's not difficult. Okay, it's easy. Not as easy as maybe not very easy, but it is possible to do. We have no big problems. For example, here we have short adjective er plus er. Old, older. Young, younger. Okay, so we add er, and it's possible to do this. ZVZ plus er. The final consonant is doubled here, right? When we have consonant, vowel, consonant plus er. In that case, when we have trapped one consonant like big, we add one more consonant, so bigger. Double the consonant, right? And hot, the same, hotter, hotter, right? Hotter, hotter, bigger, hotter. Short adjective ended in y, er, ier, right? When something ends in y, but shorter, right? Short, like easy, easier. We replace the letter y and we're gonna use er, right? Easier. Heavy is heavier, heavier. So those are examples about these adjectives. And what about the long adjective more plus long? For example, we have here. So exciting, right? Exciting is one adjective also, but that exciting is, you know, um, Like here, we have long adjectives. We have more. Okay, more. So exciting, more exciting. Beautiful, more beautiful, right? But also remember we use than. For irregular, good, better, bad, worse. So we use than after comparative form of the adjective. Like John is taller than Mary. Uh, a Ferrari is more expensive than a Fiat, right? So let's look at this one. What do we have here? Let's look old, older, right? I can say, I don't know. We can compare. This man is older than that one because I don't know who are they. They young, younger, or he's younger than, right? The woman is old. The man is older than the woman because he's older than the woman, right? Than, older than. In this case, comparative adjective old is just one syllable. Old. It moves just one time. That's why we're gonna use that. And what about the second one? The woman is old, but she's younger than the man, right? The woman is old, but she's younger than the man. Sucre is old. Sucre is older than La Paz because the oldest city of Bolivia is Sucre, right? The city of Sucre is the oldest city of Bolivia. And let's look at this one. I said, or we usually when we have one consonant, vowel, consonant, we should to double the consonant. There can be other words, other adjectives, but with more than this one, consonant, vowel, consonant, probably we will have more. Like, I don't know, I don't remember this one, but it doesn't matter if we have more words previously, more consonants and vowels, but if the last one, it's not, that is not interrupted by any other consonant, oh, sorry, vowel, also we're gonna also double the consonant. So the elephant is bigger than a polar bear, right? And the polar bear is big, but is smaller than the elephant. So we're using than. And the same happens here. Tasty, right? But it moves twice. Tasty. One, two. What should we do in that case? If we have that example, probably basically we're gonna only replace the letter Y, and we're gonna use ER. Yogurt is tasty, but ice cream is tastier than yogurt. Okay. So complete the following sentences. Use the comparative form of adjectives in brackets. So Tini is tall, or yes, Tini is tall than Sky. How can you do this one, please? Could you help me out with this, Enzo? From number one to number nine, you have to make the comparative forms.
Tini is taller than Sky.
Very good.
Sky is better at basketball than Tini.
Very good.
Tini is faster than Sky. Sky is more popular than Tini.
Good.
Sky's feet are bigger than Tini's feet.
Yeah, right. That's one way of using comparatives. So Tini is taller than Sky, better, faster. As we said, it was really good, more popular. Yeah, but now we're gonna practice with that. Okay, there we go. I think it's over here. Okay, this is okay. Let's work with this. Let's work together. Let me share. Over here, what is the answer, please?
John is taller than Jim.
Good. What happens? Oh no, okay. Just a moment. I'm sorry, this is not in the test mode. I'll fix it up this one. What about this number one? Mark is popular, the popular.
More popular than his sister.
Yes, more popular than his sister. Very good. And this one?
Mary is more beautiful than Susan.
Mhm. Good. No, sorry. I wanted to say the next one.
My father is younger than my mother.
Mhm.
Tom and Jerry are faster than Greg.
Mhm. Yes. Bonnie.
Bonnie is more friendly than Elena.
Don't you think it's friendly? Friendlier?
Friendlier.
Yes, right? Friendlier. Because friendly, it moves twice, right? But you know, it's special because okay, the next one. Simon.
Simon is more handsome than Warren.
Very good. The next one.
John is taller than Jim.
Very good.
Jack's hair is spickier than Joe's.
Speak here. Speaky. Speaky. Okay. It was speak here, right? Oh, but I think I get confused. I'm sorry. What about the next one? Brenda is
Brenda is thinner.
Thinner. Which one? The third one?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And Peter's bike.
Is more expensive than Ben's.
Good. More expensive than Ben's. Okay. Jack's hair is
Spickier than Joe's.
yes. It's great. It's great. Okay. So comparatives, are not difficult. You basically are easy. Okay, let's continue. What about this? We have to use these ones: cheaper, better, more dangerous than, the most intelligent, worse, older than that. Older than. But what about this? Is it true that you can see my screen, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Mm. What's the meaning of cheaper?
Not expensive, no, barato, right? In Spanish. It's the opposite of expensive is the opposite, but cheap is the other one. Barato.
Mm.
But maybe we can move on to the next one also, if you prefer.
Peter is the most intelligent student here.
Mhm. Yeah, that's comparative, right? But sorry, superlative. Going out,
Mm.
going out,
Um, cheaper.
cheaper. Okay, let's say cheaper. What about the number 4?
The English food is the
The worst, maybe. Lo peor.
The worst than in the world.
It can be like worse, only worse, right? Worse. The worst. How about I don't think London is than New York. Do you think?
Older.
Sorry, older.
Um,
Okay, older can be. And 6.
is better. Is driving in England is better driving in Europe?
Okay. Sorry, driving in England is, you said, is better, right? But we don't have done here. We need done, right? What do you think? In that case, it can be like more dangerous, right? How about the first one?
Um, older.
Older, right? In that case, we can change this one. I don't think London is maybe better, right? Let's check it out. There are some mistakes. So, what do you think is the mistake? Maybe this was correct, right? Older. Going out. Maybe we can say better. And this one.
Cheaper.
Yeah, in that case, I think that's the answer. This one. Going out is no, not really, right? Oops. It must be is better. It's better than staying in. But this one. Okay. This is no, but when we put older, it was okay, it's better. But in this case, we need to use maybe cheaper. And this must be older. Older than, right? That was the missing word. Yes. Okay. Okay, but let's do something now. Something else. Okay, let me share this one, please. A crab is, if you want to use this, strong,
Stronger.
stronger. Oh, sorry. Crabs have a
Better.
very good strategy, right? The scene takes place in the
Antarctica.
good. Read, please.
A killer whale is more dangerous than a penguin. True.
Okay. Hmm. What is the answer?
Smarted.
Smarter, right?
It's smarter to travel in groups. Take the bus. The
Hmm.
In the forest.
Okay, the forest. What is this animal called?
Anteater.
Anteater, right? Anteater. What's the order now?
And the ants,
Eater or the ants?
ants are more intelligent than the anteater.
Anteater, right? Good. This is a what kind of butterfly is mariposa, right? And hormiga, firefly, right? How do we say in Spanish? The firefly?
Luciérnaga.
Luciérnaga, yes.
It's smarter to travel in groups.
Is traveling group is savior.
Safer than traveling alone, right?
In groups. Take the bus. The left.
The doll is
Smaller.
smaller, yes.
Oei, Salato! Rap met een auto! Hé, wacht! Mijn veters zijn los! Voilà.
Let's do it.
The leg, no, the doll's legs are shorter than the man's leg.
Kijk toch uit! Stammeland!
The doll is
More luckily than the
More-
man.
oh, unluckier, because this was lucky, suertudo, no? But unluckier is correct. When it's short.
Maar alleen meneer, wij waren maar even weg!
Laat je stress thuis. De stad beleven. Zoveel leuker met...
Is the doll more stressed than the man?
Yes, it is.
Haast u, we zijn al te laat! Ja, daar in plaats! Ja! Oh, egoïst!
The black car is faster than the doll's car.
Back it up! Hoeveel? Voor een uur? €1.
Laat je stress thuis. Neem bus of tram als je naar de stad gaat.
Good. Okay. So now we're going to continue with the platform. We're going to practice. How about this first, the number one? No, over here.
Better?
Okay, better.
Is hotter?
Okay.
It's very bigger.
Oh yes, it's very bigger. Okay. What do you think is?
A little more expensive than my old place.
It's a little more. Okay. And that one? What is the answer?
Prettier?
Prettier. Okay.
Worse. It's worse than her first city.
Okay.
Very low winter. I think the city is more beautiful in the winter.
In the winter. Okay.
I'm happier when the weather is warm.
Okay. But let's check it. They taste this. It's good, rich. It's better than, it must be right, than your bean soup. And over here, the weather today is really hot. I know, yes, but yesterday was hotter, right? Because it's about past. Okay, but let's check out how do we have. Okay, only this one, right? This was it's bigger. Okay. Let's continue, please. One more, please. What do you think is this? Maggie is 16. Frankie is 12. Maggie,
Maggie is older than Frankie.
okay. And that one?
Paul's children is younger than Dave's children.
Dave's children, 21. Paul's children is younger than Dave's children, right? But this is children is plural, right? Paul's children are younger than. What about number 3?
Laura's office is bigger than Luis' office.
Okay. Number 4.
San Francisco is smaller than Los Angeles.
Now what about this?
Laura's office is has has a better view than Luis' office.
Six.
No. Dave is happier than not happier on the weekend than on weekdays.
Okay.
Paul's suite is more expensive. Chris' suite.
Okay, let's check. Very good. Now let's continue, please, with the next part of the grammar. No questions, right? In comparatives.
No, teacher.
Okay. I can't find this. Just give me some seconds, please. Okay, over here we have similarities and differences as similarities and differences. How is the weather today? It's as cold as yesterday. For example, we have as comparatives. We can say as tanto como, right? I am 25. I'm almost as old as you, I think. In the number one, we have to show that people, places, or things are the same in some way. We use as before another adjective, okay? But just a moment, please. Okay, for example, here we have um, we can use it to show that people, places, or things are the same in some way, right? Over here we have what is that? Well, Kate's apartment is just as big as Sam's apartment. So we can compare things, but differences as for example, you are not. You are only 12. I'm 13. that case different, right? But when we have something similar, we can use at, as, like two people or things that show that they are different. We use not as. For example, is Amy is so shy sometimes. She isn't as shy as Maggie. It means that Maggie is shyer than Amy. As, right? Like that. Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay, let me share with you, please. Okay, my computer is very slow, but we're gonna work in this way. Can you see? Yes, right? I hope so. Work talk. Read, please, the conversation. And so, can you see? Oops, I don't have here. I'm sorry. Okay, but the comparatives are the other way of comparatives are as and as, right? But we use as, then the adjective, then another as. So that's one way of using comparatives. Okay, but meanwhile, we can practice with something here. I'm sorry, I don't have the. Okay, let's practice with this one. For example, what do you think is this? Are Kate and Anna the same age? No. What is here? What should I drag? If that is negative?
Isn't
Isn't.
as
No, right? Isn't as old as Kate, right? In this case, when we use as, we have to keep the adjective. What about the next one? No. What is that? Is today warmer than yesterday?
no. Yesterday, cold.
Maybe no. Today is as cold as yesterday, right? And number three,
Luis house.
I don't think.
Kate's apartment is big.
Maybe like this. I don't think so. Kate's apartment is just as big as Louis' apartment. Number 4.
Maggie
It's a question, right? Is Maggie
is Maggie as shy
as Amy, right? Number 5.
Billy
Billy.
is almost
Okay.
old as Frankie.
As Frankie. Okay. 6. Also, it's a question. This is a question. What do you think is?
Is Chris' office?
Okay. You said, is Chris' office? Chris's office.
Bigger than Anna's office?
Okay, the last one.
Your apartment has
And then,
a nicer
oh, sorry, a nicer.
view than my apartment.
Okay, only think this one, right? Is Maggie as shy as Amy? In this case, I think it's good, but is Amy? Oh no, no, it's Amy. I think it's good. I don't know. Maybe there are some mistakes. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do the comparatives here. Just a moment, please. Oh, come on. Where is that? Comparatives as just to reinforce what we learned. Okay, there we go. So what we have here, for example, this is a comparative way. Comparisons with less than and not as. What's the other one? As, I think. No, it's okay here. Okay, Miko is not as happy as Amanda, for example. And a toy is less educational than a book. But it's a bit different. Less than also is possible. Sometimes we compare with less than, also not as a toy is not as educational as a book. Same meaning. A child is less wise than an adult is the meaning, right? But in this case, no. Usually we're gonna use one syllable adjective only, not as. Okay, a lion cub a lion cub is less old than mama lion, or not is not as old as. What is the correct option?
Not as old as.
Oh, very good. And this one, oh, sorry. Now, a rugby player gets more injuries than a tennis player. Done, right? But would you like more salads? Only more tomatoes, please. And more with noun addition. The comparative with us was only that, I think. Comparatives. Okay. And let's continue working. Well, but there are more things that we need to practice with. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, for example, short tall bars, we can say bar one is taller than bar two, bar three. There are some adjectives, right? Bar one is taller than bar three is taller than bar two, and bar one is shorter than bar four, right? And bar two is the shortest, right? But Jenny is not as old as Emma, for example, right? There is a comparison with us. The boots are as large as the shoes. Boots and shoes are size 11. The boots are as large as the shoes, for example. The chef cuts the onion as finely as he can. And then the chef cuts the onion as finely as he can. As, adjective as. Annapurna is not as high as Everest. Everest is 8,848. Annapurna is 8,091 meters. Annapurna isn't quite as high as Everest. Also, we can say that quite, right? It's because we are trying to emphasize only. It is possible to use those vocabularies. And Fuji isn't nearly as high as Everest. The boots are just as large as shoes. 11, size 11, size 10, size, right? But also we can use just. The boots are just as large as the shoes. Or the skates are nearly and almost as possible. Or just common modifiers of as. It is possible to use that. How about this one, Enzo? An antelope can run. How do you think is this exercise or this practice?
Mm,
An antelope,
can run as fast as a cheetah.
yes, a cheetah, right? A leopard can run. Do you remember this one? Nearly or almost, something like that, right?
Almost as fast as.
Nearly as fast as cheetah, right? Because cheetah runs faster than leopard, and a leopard can't run just. Maybe we can use right, nearly, or I don't know. What do you think is?
Nearly as fast as.
Yeah, but quite as fast as cheetah, or nearly also is possible to use. A feather is lighter than a brick, right? We are using, but comparatives, lighter than. Okay. But superlatives we're gonna practice in a different class. Let's do something else here. Okay, you read each dialogue, choose the correct answer. For example, Chris Dave has has the same last name as Rich, right? Or like or same last name as Rich. They are brothers. Which one is the correct one? Or like, okay, what is the answer here? Number one.
Same.
Same. The same, right? Dave has the same last name as Rich. Number two, what do you think is?
The same.
Okay, Chris has the same laptop as I have. Okay. And three, what do you think is number three?
Mm, Same classes.
Okay. Number four. What do you think is number four?
Same.
Okay, number five.
Not the same.
Okay. Is your number five? Number
Ah,
five is your new job as your old one, maybe, right? And how about number seven?
mm, same.
Okay. And eight.
Both.
Both both lessons are same. Both lessons are easy. Or
Both easy.
okay. Over here, wow, there are some mistakes, right? In this case, I'm in history 2002. In my history 2002, It was we are in the same class, okay, and I like them both. I know each series are great. Each, right? I know both series are great. Next was both. Number five. Is your new job uh, like your old one? It can be, right? It must be like. And how is your new boss? In that case, she is, you can say, different from my old boss. And over here we have um, Paul is a lot like Chris, right? They both are serious. And number eight, this lesson is easier than the last lesson. No, I don't agree. Lessons are both same, but that's the idea. Okay, okay. And so I don't know if you have any questions.
No, teacher.
Okay, so then we're gonna see each other tomorrow, right?
Okay.
Okay, see you tomorrow. And so,
Good night, teacher.
good night. Bye bye. Okay, we already finished and we're gonna see each other the next class. Bye bye.